Marty Schwartz here. We got another episode of Guitar Tours, and we are so excited. We've got Sadler, Vaden hanging out. What's up, man?
Thanks for having me.
Dude.
Not much.
Nice little jam there.
I hope so,
yeah. That was really fun, dude. And also, we're in this like really cool studio here in Nashville. What's the name of the studio?
This place is called Creative Workshop Studios.
Nice.
And it's one of my favorite spots in town, for sure.
We got the kind of log cabin drum fort in the back here.
This is the Friendly Forest.
Is that what it is?
That's what they call it, yes.
Oh, man, I like it. You're most busy with Jason Isbell, correct?
Yes, in the 400 unit. That's
nice.
400 units backing band that I play guitar in. But before that, you know, when I was 18, I started a band called Leslie, Charleston, South Carolina.
That's a great name.
Thank you. And I did that for about 7 years until I joined a band called Driving and Crying from Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
And I did that for a few years and made 4 records with them, and then joined Jason's band. So
how long you been in Jason's band?
I've been in the band almost 6 years now. So
wow. So you've watched it just explode, yeah?
Pretty much in real time, yeah. The group that I was in called Leslie, we used to open for him and Driving and Crying. So we toured the Southeast heavily. So that's kind of how I got to know some of these people.
Nice, because you had no idea that opening for them was going to lead to where you're at now, right?
No idea.
So networking in the most organic way possible, I guess.
Yeah, just getting out there and playing. You know, I started playing guitar when I was 10 years old.
What inspired you to play guitar back then?
My parents took me to a concert called Farm Aid.
Yes.
In Columbia, South Carolina, is where they held it that year, and that was in 1996. Neil Young and the Crazy Horse, you know, played that year. Neil Young plays every year, but he had the Crazy Horse with him that year, and it blew my mind as a 10-year-old. So I went back home and picked up the guitar and just started learning by ear. You know, taught myself how to play.
Yeah. Oh, man. What was the first thing you learned on guitar? Do you remember?
It was Pink Houses by John Mellencamp.
Yeah.
Can I show you how I kind of did it?
Yeah,
this is how I learned it. Later in life.
Yeah, right. You also sing and write your own songs, and you're, you know, an artist in your own right. What's some of your own music going on? Like, you have a few albums, a few singles you released recently?
Yeah, I have a record called Radio Road that came out in 2012, and then I put out a self-titled full-length album in 2016. Last year, I put out 3 singles.
Nice.
So
you've got this amazing Les Paul going here. Is this your main gigging acts, or do you switch from Fenders and do you do Fenders and Gibsons?
You know, I feel like guitars are pedals to me.
Yeah.
For a different song, you know, with the same amp, it's gonna sound different. You know, a Strat to a Les Paul to a Tele to an SG.
Yeah.
They're all gonna sound different. So that's where I start. And then build from there with effects and stuff like that.
What do we got here?
So this is a custom shop, Gibson, VOS 1960. It's just a wonderful guitar. They gave it to me a few years ago to take overseas. Yeah, it's just a wonderful guitar. It sounds great. These are the custom buckers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they sound really good.
The level of craftsmanship with the Gibson custom shops are really, really nice.
Yeah, I love this guitar. The neck is great on it. It sounds great. It's not crazy heavy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I play this on probably 1 or 2 songs a night.
Oh, okay. How much are you switching guitars during the night? Like every couple songs?
Depends on the set list. Sometimes it's every song. You know, I'm going from a Rickenbacker to a B-Bender to a Les Paul to an SG. So it really depends on what the set list is looking like that night.
And you guys mix up the set list pretty crazy?
We do. I wouldn't say crazy, but we mix it up night to night. We never play like the exact same order. So.
Gotcha. So you said 6 years with Jason that you've been playing?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What's like one of those moments where you had to like pinch yourself?
Okay, so we have played with Willie Nelson a few times, but last summer we played the Newport Folk Fest. David Crosby was our special guest, and he came and played with us, and we did Wooden Ships in Ohio.
Wow.
That was a pinch me moment.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
You know, getting to hang with the guy, for one, he's a really good hang.
Yeah.
Really nice guy.
He showers a lot of praise on you guys on social media.
That's really sweet.
Yeah. Can we hear this guitar? I mean, it's called Guitar Tour, so we'll we want to hear what we got.
Yeah. I mean,
anything you want.
I like the big ringing chords. It cleans up nicely too, like.
Well, dude, that thing sounds monstrous.
Yeah. Yeah, the middle position's pretty nice on it as well.
Yeah, you play with the tone and volume?
I do a lot,
volume
yeah.
too?
Yeah, when I'm in the middle position, I like to back off the neck pickup just a little bit. That glassiness that I like on it. When I play this guitar, it's usually on a song called Never Gonna Change. And that's a real like... So I will back mine down a little bit because I'm running through the Marshall setting on my amp.
Nice. So you were talking about your love of the Beatles, and then I asked, do you happen to have a 12-string Rickenbacker? And now we're taking a look at one.
Yes, we are.
That thing is sweet, man.
This is a beautiful guitar.
Is it old?
I guess it's old now. It's a 92.
Super old.
Yeah, it's a reissue of the 63 Fireglow that Harrison played. It's just a beautiful Rickenbacker, you know? I always used to see the prices or the non-existing prices in Musician's Friend. You know, it says call for price.
Yeah.
So my whole life, you know, I would see that and be like, you know, one day I'll get one of those. I'll call for the price.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started playing a lot more electric 12-string in the band, and you know, I've always wanted to have a Rick. So I went to Rumble Seat Music here in town and saw this on the wall, and
it
there
will
it was.
Be mine.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Oh yes. It will. Exactly. And I put compressed wound strings on it.
Okay.
That's what comes on Rickenbackers from the factory.
Okay. How does that help?
So it's sort of in between flat wounds and nickel wound. So yeah, I think it helps stay in tune, and it gives you that you know, Rick sound.
Nice. So. I know about this, but you can tell the people out there in internet land, you have some foam in here. Do you do that? You put the foam in there?
I did. Yeah, we were in a theater one day, and you know, usually you can find foam in a theater somewhere with all the plays and stuff they have. So the reason I did that is because there's a song called 24 Frames that I play slide on the main lick on the 12 string, and I compress it, you know, I smack it pretty good with a compressor. So with the pickups and it being semi-hollow, you know, it was so it would ring and feed back. So we put some foam in there, and that
really
help
did the job.
Yeah. It still will. Depending on where my proximity to the amp. And
Can we hear what you got on there? You can play whatever you want, man.
Yeah.
It's such an iconic sound that me listening to that right now, in my mind, and you can tell me what you think, in my mind, is it hard to not always want to go to, I'm going to go to the 12-string Rickenbacker? Like, do you have to try not to overuse it because it's such a cool sound?
Well, it's become part of my sound.
Yeah,
you know, as well as it's a bunch of people's sound, but you know, once this entered the fold, it really was. You pick it up, and like what I just played is a little original thing, you know. But that's what comes out when you pick it up. I think it's hard, but I think I'm always thinking about the song and what the song needs.
Yeah. So, and sometimes it does need 12-string Rickenbacker.
Most all the time.
Yeah.
No, it's really nice, and sometimes to put it on a chorus on a record and like just kind of sit it back in the mix, it just adds, you know, just play some kind of open. You know, something like that can be really effective. So.
Yeah, I love that sound. All right, I see the beast has been unleashed. What is this thing?
This is a 1967 Vox Grand Prix, and they were made in Italy. I discovered a guitar that was it's called the Vox Ultrasonic over at a friend's studio over here.
Okay.
And it's in the same family. This one I found at Carter Vintage Guitars here in Nashville. it sat back in the shop for a little while because it needed a little bit of TLC.
Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, it's pretty cracked up there.
It's pretty cracked up. That's kind of, that didn't bother me. I just wanted to make sure a lot of the electronics and everything worked in it. And but these guitars are very cool and highly usable in the studio.
Yeah,
so I like to use these.
Looks like we've got a lot of bells and whistles on it.
Got a lot of bells and whistles, yes. I'll start with here. We have the E tuner, which
E-tuner?
You turn that on and it gives you an E note. if you guys can hear that. So, but I thought that would be cool to, do a little drone, cool thing like that over the top of it. It features a palm wah, which you slide this over.
Totally convenient.
Yeah. So it does that. It doesn't quite sweep like a wah-wah pedal, but maybe.
Oh, that's cool.
There we go.
But you have to switch it on?
You have to turn it on and swing this over to get the.
No problem.
To get the wah going. Yeah.
Easy, really easy.
Yeah, you can do that, yeah. And another one of my favorite effects on the guitar is the distortion. Everybody loves distortion, right?
Yeah.
And so this is a pretty unique distortion though, and it sounds like. So that's fun.
Wow,
and
face melting.
And then we have...
Wait, real quick. I want to go back to that distortion sound. Like, that is like the raunchiest fuzz tone.
Yes.
I mean, you must...
I don't want many people to know about it, but I thought I'd bring it out for you.
Thank you, man. Thank you. That was just like so raunchy sounding.
It is.
Wow.
So yeah, the distortion is wonderful on it. It's a really cool, and you can control the level of it here, so you don't have to have it all the way crazy. You can. Another cool feature is the repeater, which is like a really hard tremolo here. Yeah, so you can control the speed there just like you would a tremolo pedal.
Do you bring this thing on the road?
I've not brought it on the road,
but
maybe it'll make an appearance this year. So, and those are the features of the Grand Prix.
Wow, I'd say the silliest one is the pitch to tune to.
Yes, yeah.
Like just with, I mean, I know it's such an old guitar that it was probably pretty cool back then,
It's pretty on though. Yeah. If it was a little louder, I think it'd be a bit more useful, But maybe if you cut let's see. It gets a little louder when you cut the distortion on, so. Yeah, so it's a real funky guitar, really cool.
That thing is so cool. So maybe I want to hear some of that raunchy stuff again, man, before we go on to the next guitar. You want to play us out of this little sequence here?
Yeah, let's do it.
How many guitars do you own?
My wife asked me the other day, and
You tell her a different number.
I didn't feel like answering. I think I have around 17.
Oh, okay.
I think total.
Respectable. That's respectable.
respectable. I'm
You're
really
professional.
I'm really not a big gear guy. Like
Yeah.
everything I get, it's to use, and they're all tools.
So we've got an acoustic here now, obviously.
Yes.
Is this a Yamaha?
This is a Yamaha FG 180 red label. I believe Elliott Smith used to play these. I've heard that.
Okay.
Anyway, so this was my dad's guitar. After the concert he took me to when I was 10 years old, this is what he pulled out of the closet and started playing, and I opened the door, what's going on in there? And so this was the guitar he was playing, and this is the guitar I learned on and dreamed about playing every day at school, coming home. And so this guitar means a lot to me. I've written almost every song of my own songs on this guitar. And a cool thing happened a few years ago. The Country Music Hall of Fame was wanting to do an exhibit on the band. We were a part of an exhibit, and they asked, what instrument that I used on Something More Than Free, which is an album that came out in 2015. And Dave Cobb, who produced it, actually would pick this guitar up when we were going over songs, and he just loved going to this and working up parts and everything. So I thought my dad passed when I was 18, so I thought a good tribute to him would be to put this guitar in there for a while. So it lived in the Country Music Hall of Fame for about 2 years.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
When did it become your guitar?
If my dad was still around, he'd probably say immediately it became my guitar, because I wouldn't put it down.
I was asking you earlier maybe if you wanted to play one of your own tunes.
Sure.
I know you write and sing and all that, so it'd be an honor to have you do something.
Yeah,
You
sure.
up for it?
Yeah.
All right.
Pick me up in the morning, I'll be out front. You can come inside, but I think it hurt. 'Cause she don't wanna see you, and you don't wanna know. You should have learned how to take it slow. Don't surrender to the foe. Come on, let's hit the road. There is so much more for you and me. California or New Orleans, some place where we can dream. Just take me anywhere we can disappear. Just anywhere but here. Anywhere but here.
All right, man. So this one, I think, is what I've seen you play. What do we got here?
So this is a 2005 Gibson SG.
Nice.
Yeah, I got this in Memphis.
Okay.
At Martin Music. It fell off the stand, and
boy.
got the neck break and everything
Yeah.
like that. So it's legit. It's a real Gibson.
So it's definitely, you knew it was real, yeah.
Yeah. This is just my number one guitar.
Okay.
This is my go-to guitar. The SG, the neck, just feels right.
So
in
when
my
you were in
hands,
Memphis, were you in your mind, were you like, I'm going to get an SG, or did you just walk in and it?
Well, I had an SG that was stolen. My old band, we had our trailer broken into. And
In
so
New
we
Mexico?
lost- no, it was actually in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love.
Man.
Yeah, so that's where that happened. So
Okay.
actually, a friend of mine named Paul Ebersold found this guitar. He took me over there, and I went and played it, and just fell in love with it.
Do you like how light they are compared to the Les Paul?
Yeah, I do, and I do feel like they're versatile guitars as well.
Yeah. Not quite as rich as a Les Paul sounding.
Yeah,
A little brighter, maybe?
I would say like a little less like maybe aggressive sounding or something. But I think, in the middle position territory, you can get a good, spank kind of. So I like that it can do that, So it's, like I said, it's just versatile, and you can get the nice. And then. So yeah, it's just an all-around good guitar. I feel like I can do a whole gig with this guitar.
Nice. Well, you probably have, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have.
And then you were playing some slide with it too?
Yeah.
Do you play slide mostly in standard tuning?
I do. Yeah.
That's nice. Did you learn with an alternate tuning and then get used to standard tuning, or did you just always learn on standard?
I started just picking up the slide and just playing in standard tuning.
I mean, if you want to jam away on it, man,
Yeah,
let's see what you got. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Sadler, you were a badass so far, but now we've raised the badassness level.
Have we?
Up a couple notches because you've got the classic Keith Richards kind of looking telly here.
Yes.
So what is this thing?
So this is a Fender Custom Shop 51 Nocaster relic. The fine folks at Fender made it for me last year.
Beautiful.
I was in Emerald City Guitars in Seattle, and
Nice.
they had George Fullerton's 51.
Wow.
In there, and I played that guitar, and it was just one of the finest guitars I've ever played. So coming out of that experience into, you know, being able to build a custom shop guitar, I kind of based it a little bit on my experience with that guitar in Seattle. So they did a great job. It's a beautiful guitar. It's got medium jumbo frets on it.
Yeah.
So it's just, you know.
Does it go out on the road with you?
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
I play it about every night, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that one wants to be played, I can tell.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, let's hear a little bit. Now, real quick, you've got your own website. We're going to leave a link down below for your website, sadlervaden.com.
Yes, sadlervaden.com.
Are you hitting the road soon, or?
Hitting the road soon. We have a big summer lined up with Jason Isbell and the 400 unit. So
Wow, so
yeah, come see us out there.
epic. Yeah, I know a lot of you will, and I will too. I'll see you wherever I can get it. Thanks again, man. The guitars were cool. You're a
Thank you.
super cool dude, man. I enjoyed getting to
Thanks,
know
man.
you.
You too.
Yeah,
Appreciate
guitar
it.
is a good way to get to know someone, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really is.
Yeah.
Can we leave them with a little jam?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, I got one for you. How about this?